You know, you're pretty famous for doing your own thing in the sense of bands. I'm thinking about when you were with Buffalo Springfield. What was the big show you didn't want to play? I'm trying to think. Was it Monterey Pop? Monterey
Yeah.
Pop. You said to the guys, I don't want to do Monterey Pop. That takes some balls to tell a bunch of guys who are musicians all trying to get their music out there.
To tell you the truth, I never even really thought much about anything other than the people that we were writing our songs for and the crowds that we played for live when that would come to see Buffalo Springfield. Not 100 bands, Buffalo Springfield. We had our own thing. So I'm saying we don't need to dilute it with all of that and become part of that whole thing. I just thought that it would be good if we stayed focused on our message and what our songs were about and sang our songs directly to our fans who loved us because of what we did. So I guess maybe I was so focused on that. Anyway, that's why I didn't like doing all those big shows with a lot of people in them.
I even think about Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. You said goodbye to those guys. That took some nerve. But I feel like you had so much faith in your own songwriting that no one could really scare you or intimidate you. Do I have that right?
That's where I wanted to go, Howard. I wanted to do this thing that was focused on what the songs were about and the look on the people's faces, the people who came to see us, and how we connected with them. To me, that was the holy grail. That was it. That's all that mattered to me. And once we started drifting away from that, I was gone. And I didn't even think about it from the standpoint of anybody else. I just thought, if I'm going to be me, I'm going to be me. If this is who I am, I can't do what I do if I don't act like I believe.
Do you think breaking up with a band is the same way as breaking up a marriage?
First of all, I didn't break up with music.
Right.
Okay? I didn't break up with love. Those are the two things that you would break up with if you were dissolving a family or if you're quitting a band. So I go back to the source. I didn't give up on the love. I didn't give up on the music. I just wanted it to be nurtured. I wanted to take care of it. If the love was suffering because the situation wasn't right, I wanted to take the love somewhere else where it would do better.
You were like one of the first guys to get into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for Buffalo Springfield. I think it was for Buffalo Springfield. You've been also put in as Neil Young, a solo artist. But why, when Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young, why was it that you were not put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for being in that band? I don't understand the politics of that. Is there some comment on that you could clarify that whole situation for me?
I don't understand it either, but it's okay. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, they're the core of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I was just kind of like a floating satellite. But they're the things that made their vocal sound made it happen. Those guys are all great songwriters. They're great singers. They're great players. They're really good. You know, what can I say? What I like to know is, where the hell is Crazy Horse? Why is Crazy Horse not on the rock and roll? That's rock and roll.